And then I don't... Oh, whoops. That's not where I meant to go. I thought I was doing this. Whoopsie daisies. Well, let's just walk into the hallway. There we go. The Quokka's keeping us safe from Maurice for the time being. In fact, we can just run up to this stairwell here. Maybe it's not the end of the world that we ended up stranding Maurice on this level. Could work out nicely for us temporarily here until we're feeling a bit more comfortable in taking them down. The Death Yak is going to be a problem though, even with a lot of curare. It's not exactly ideal. One thing that we, again, should definitely do is read some more of our ID scrolls, just some of the healing. There we go, there's curing. Damn Maurice indeed. That'll get you. And hey, there's heal wounds as well. Perfect. And now we can start IDing our other scrolls a little bit. Teleportation is huge for potentially saving us from a horrifying situation. Don't want to run into our Death Yak friend again, that's for sure. Don't have a lot of options right now since there aren't too many other places that we could head. So I think we'll just give it a shot here as we keep moving forward. We're up to less than 1 turn per attack. But what the heck is that? Okay, I'm gonna read teleportation right away. At least the ogre's slowing them all down in the hallway. This is a terrifying dungeon floor. I guess we could have potentially tried to throw out a bunch of destruction or something like that. In fact, let's take a look at some of our other skills here, shall we? So we have triple draw. Draw 3 cards from any deck and allows us to choose 1 to play, discarding the other 2. We have deal 4, which deals 4 of them from deck in the time it normally takes to draw 1, so that definitely seems pretty incredible. And stack 5. Draws 5 cards of our choice and allows us to sort them into order. Subsequently, we can draw these cards in the order we choose. Reusing this ability, we'll discard the current stack. Okay, so we can pick and choose a little bit. Not super helpful for me, of course, because I don't really know what I'm working with, what I'm looking for at this stage in the game. But I could definitely see that being a useful ability. I'm going to keep walking up here a little bit. We don't know where all of the enemies that were chilling in this weird little vault have run off to now, which is normally a strategy that we like to employ to a certain extent, but can be tricky when you don't really want to face any of them even in single combat, unfortunately. Stack 5, then you can abuse drawing off the top. Yeah, I could see stack 5 followed by deal 4 being a pretty wild amount here. I guess even just stack 5 and pulling out the best cards from here and then discarding any crappy ones seems nice. It's better than triple draw at least, because we don't have to make that hard decision of what do we keep and what do we have to just throw away. So that's nice. It's interesting to see what this god does. You never even considered using them because it seemed complicated for sure. Stack 5 escape is great. I remember escape being interesting in my limited experience because yeah, sometimes it can really work out for you, of course, and other times it can just surround you in a bunch of walls, which is potentially saving you temporarily, but not so great in the long run. Doesn't quite get you out of there. Okie dokie. What do we do with you, friend? We could just start blasting with the ice wand. Fortunately, you don't have a lot of health. That stone arrow, though, is going to hit like a truck. As a learning experience here, let's throw out destruction. Gargoyle was blasted with flames. Where did the gargoyle go? Okay, well instead then I'll take my new ogre friend here. I need at least one of these curaries to hit. Perfect. And try and keep it stacked up here. Keep it a stack. Let's try destruction again and see what we get. We drain them. Okay, so that definitely seems like it could be useful in the future. Can I even take a single hit from you? Potentially one, but not something we would like to experience for sure. So let's try destruction again, and this time Oh, we get vitriol, which is acid. Okay, that's fantastic. Escape has cloud, so it smokes up all the baddies. Elixir, regen fast. Exile, for a trip to the abyss for a friend. Tomb, wall yourself in velocity. Haste self and slow enemies. Okay, so definitely some good options in the mix there. And here is our friend once more. I'm gonna stand on the stairs. And we're gonna try for some ice blasts. I was hoping to get a little bit more damage than that. They're almost in range of stone arrow here. Guess we could just go with destruction. We've drawn wild magic. Gargoyle was hit by flying rocks. Didn't do a heck of a lot. Let's just keep throwing out a couple of things here. Pain doesn't quite do the trick. And one final one here. We draw the orbs. This is an orb of destruction, or multiple of them really. Ooh, and unfortunately didn't do as much damage as I would have liked, but this is a good bit of experience here just to try it out. Let's try summoning. Get them, get them. Come on, staff, you can do it. I believe in you. And let's try this again. Pain is not going to do anything, so we will have to just abort and waste the card. Let's draw summoning out here again. And not too shabby. Okay, Van Helsing's illusion. I'll take that. 2 of me. Not too shabby. And that's kind of what I expected if I tried to fight that hornet myself. So glad to send in our buddy instead. And do you know what? Let us potentially try something else here. Do we want to throw another summoning or 2 at this problem? Could try, I guess, escape. Wouldn't do a heck of a lot for us. Velocity would be nice, but still no guarantee that we make it through this fight in one piece. So let's go with summoning. And if all of you could do some good work here, fantastic. Oh geez, of course we lose our buddy right as it becomes relevant, so let's try that again. Go gadget summons. So the summons definitely seem very strong. Might be over relying on them a little bit early on here, since they do seem very powerful for you know, the whole keeping ourselves alive thing. And I do not want to fight a wolf spider, at least not at this moment in time. I guess we could try and just use our deck to its full abilities to try and deal with a yak here. Destruction is basically a bunch of AoE or bolts. Summoning is fun with draw forks, meat shields, like to have friends. The summoning is something that I'm very excited to be relying on a decent amount here. I might try deal 4 early on against the Death Yak here, because we can always still run away up the stairs, so even if we fail, it's not a huge deal. So let's try it out. Out of destruction. We get vitriol, we get storm. What else do we get here? Vitriol again, and the Death Yak is done. No, yes, abort please, do not hit myself. Oh, wait. There were multiple of you. Oh, okay, I thought there was just one of you hanging out, but hey, those storm cards definitely did a number at the very least. Let's draw out an orb here real quick. And last but not least, let's try and deal with this son of a gun. Throw it some early curare, and blast you to Kingdom Come. Jeez Louise. What a start to our day. But now we do have access to Lair at the very least, so that will be nice. Huge crowd coming our way, but if we can just bring some of you over here. Let's even throw out another destruction card. If we get Storm, that's exactly kind of what we were hoping for. And then the rest of you can try to wean off a couple at a time. Is Maurice still hanging around here, do we think? Let's take a peek. It's looking a bit clearer, so we can kind of bounce these enemies back and forth between the 2 stairs. At least for a little bit here without too much risk. Let's just blast these 2 to get a good start in. Not too shabby. We do not want to go back down these stairs. Let's not accidentally do so. Didn't realize there were also two two-headed yogurs. That's not great. Well, friend. Fortunately, we still have lots of curare at our disposal. I don't want to use up all of our Ice Blast charges. Guess we could just try for an escape and see what we get. That's not really better. I mean, sure, we're not gonna die, but I would rather not get mutated all the way to the bank here. Only a 50%, less than even 50% chance to hit Maurice with our curare, but if we're able to hit them, then we have a chance to just deal with this fight in its infancy here. What do we do with you, my friend? I kind of do want to try and kill you, but I'm also slightly worried about how that plays out. If we can get the early curare, okay, then one summon, and the two of us together should actually easily chop through you, no problems whatsoever. You can also press question mark while using triple draw or stack 5 to quickly view each potential card's effect. That is fantastic to know. Thanks for the heads up. I feel like we'll be using that to a decent level just to make sure that we're not doing anything too foolish. And the more we can kind of plan out those turns, the better things should go. Do I just head into Lair? There's this shining eye still hanging around somewhere out here. Kind of wanted to explore a bit more of the level. Guess we can take another peek as to how things are going. Bjornir's Foul Clutch is at least on its way down. Should just be a matter of time. Ring of Ice and a Ring of Fire. Not horrible, but very situational for sure. Not quite what we're looking for. Perfect Crackety. Enjoy. White tea brewing sounds fantastic. I kind of want to get back into drinking tea. I've gone through a few different phases in life where I did drink tea a decent amount, and I've really enjoyed it. I don't know why I go back to my horrible life strategies of not really drinking anything and just dehydrating myself to a ridiculous extent. Encumbrance rating is way too high on that son of a gun. I would like to change up our armor if possible. I guess one of the better options there would be something like troll leather. Wouldn't be too shabby. Between our low strength and lack of training, we won't be able to put on a lot of the heavier armor, unfortunately. Basilisk, oh, we should be able to take. There's the troll that we were just talking about. I kind of wanted them to come to me. Perfect. Let's draw some early destruction. Pain just murders you. Unfortunately, you don't drop any of your skin, though. I mean, I just had one ask in life, and that was for you to give me your skin, but I guess some of us just have to be selfish sometimes. So ridiculous. It's a simple thing, a simple ask. But hey, that should be okay here. We'll just keep it moving. Some magical leather armor is pretty huge, especially just getting a few more points into AC is fantastic. And let's potentially drop some of our garbage here, shall we? At least these old armors. Amulet of Mana Regeneration we probably won't be using here. And that's a decent start. Before we keep it moving. At the very least, against a Steam Dragon, we can put on the Ring of Fire, so the Steam won't be hurting too badly here. How does this compare? Our AC goes down by 1. If we hadn't found the +3 armor, this would have been huge. Save it, taking the toxic hydration to heart. Thank you. Trying to keep me alive, trying to make me a fully functioning human being. And I love you for it. That's why I decided to keep that Hydrate Redemption in there. I need a little help sometimes, just to keep myself at a baseline level of humanness. Humanity maybe is the better way. But save it. I don't want to take off the Ring of Fire. I want to die embarrassingly to a fireball out of nowhere. But okay, I guess. Again, you're looking out for me. You're doing the Lord's work. I appreciate it. And I don't need to fight a Cyclops right now. Instead, let's head back to our lair and see how this is treating us. We don't have poison resistance. Also, oh, I forgot that you just use P. It does not take off the ring. It just attempts to put it on again. My bad, my bad. Performance of 0 is nice. No spell penalties. Could definitely give it a shot. I guess even the 4 does matter a little bit. Let's try it out, shall we? We run back here real quick. See how it's affecting things. I think we'll still be a ways off from Burner's Val Clutch. In fact, yeah, 80%. Quite a ways off if I had to guess, but let's take a peek, shall we? It brings it down to 63, so that is pretty huge. And then what we could do is just start training some of this necromancy as well on the backside and see how long that takes to percolate through and maybe give us another tool at our disposal here. Don't like the door creak loudy. No shining eye, please. Please and thank you. Perfect. Switch back to our poison darts to try and soften up some of these enemies before they're right next to us. Hydra is going to be a bit rough. 8 AC is not exactly ideal for the first potential Hydra encounters that we'll come across. But hopefully we can keep ourselves in a decent spot. I'm actually very tempted to... Hi there. Why, hello there, friend. Let's get you swamped with bees and see how you like it. Come on. Oh gosh, not the bees. Not the bees. Okay, Hydra did die. That's good. And then we can pit the bees against the cane frog as well. Their poison doing a nice amount of work. Fantastic. Oh, Nemlex. You are a beast and a trooper. I appreciate you. And again, we get the bees, which is fantastic. We can kind of just hang out here for a little bit. Sick our bees on anything and everything that comes at us here. Blink frogs, potentially slightly scary, but at the very least we're getting a lot of poison stacks on them, which makes it a bit more manageable if they do end up making their way through to little old me. Not great odds to hit you with Curari, but let's try it out. Fantastic. And let's do it again, shall we? Beautiful. Go gadget bees. Okie dokie. So I think we did lose one of our Curari darts there, but that's not too bad at the end of the day. We should be able to chop through the rest of these bad boys at our own pace. +1 scale mill of the arcane in +4. It's not horrible, but again, with our terrible strength score, and, you know, trying to potentially get these spells castable at some point relatively soon, it's not perfect. And do we want to immediately pull out any more cards? Try destruction. I'd kind of like our friends to line themselves up for a destruction. I feel like I'm going to be relying too hard on summoning and then be very regretful of my life's decisions when we have no more in the bank at a time when we desperately need it. So let's go with destruction and see what we get. We drew the orb. So let's just launch off a bunch of these bad boys. Perfect. And we should be okay. They deal up to 20, is it? It is 20. So probably don't want to just tank these to the face. It's bad that, again, my brain is like, well, take one more swing at that frog that's almost dead. They'll probably die. It's a 50-50 shot for us to hit. That's basically 100%. Could heal far in advance here if we were truly scared. Let's just pull out another destruction and see what we get. Vitriol. Can just murder this buddy real quick. And let's get one more good one. Perfect. Frog is caught in a violent explosion. I like the sound of that. And here's where having that early willpower comes in huge. We can fight off against basilisks without too much concern. I'd like blinking. Or, okay, 3 scrolls of acquirement? Sure, I'll take that too. Let's just head back to our stairs real quick and see what kind of nastiness we can get out of these bad boys. The plus 12 Lagitang of Ignis's Outrage. Vampiric and resistance to electricity. That's quite the Lagitang, my friend. As much as it might be semi-tempting to take something like Book of Earth, it is statue form, which is probably something I'd like to pull out in the future here for sure. I don't know, though, if I'm capable of saying no to a Vampiric Lagitang. That is incredible. This is not a good god for someone who likes to gamble. Yep, we're gonna see some interesting results come out of this for sure, because I'm gonna be stretching those cards as far as they're able to go. Just cross my fingers, believing in the heart of the cards, and getting it to work out. But that Lagitang, I agree, Thelphon, is incredible. So that's a good start. Let's see what else could these possibly give us that could compare, really. Book of Blasting. I wouldn't mind learning IMB as another potential safety precaution. I'd use it almost more defensively than anything else, just to keep enemies shoved away from us. LRD can also shine in certain areas of the game as well. Also, thank you so much, Heaven of Flying, for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend. Always lovely to see new faces around. And what else? Probably not anything else here. So let's just take the Book of Blasting. And we have one more scroll. Let's take a peek. Bathed Scroll. So the Buckler, probably not. I think we're going to be using Lagitangs throughout the course of this run. I am somebody who generally trends towards wanting to use shields in any build that's able to, but at the end of the day, if we're just killing everything, we should be fine. This amulet, though, I guess we're back up to 10 strength, like Gondikov mentioned, so we no longer have to worry about that. Regen is my favorite. I think we have to just take the necklace. I do love regen. Faith means that we'll have to be careful if we ever want to switch it in the future, but we're not super reliant on piety besides having the baseline amount so that we can keep using all of our fancy shuffle and draw techniques. So let's try it out here. Fat Crackety, still going good, still going fantastic. So he just missed us finding 3 acquirement scrolls on an ID, and we got this son of a gun right here, plus 12 Lagitang with Vampiric on it. Incredible. Will Faith help you earn more cards? I'm not too sure. If anybody in chat has an idea, say if you mentioned that more Faith means more card spam, do you mean just in regards to using these abilities though? Regardless, I think it's a decent fit for us. Let's throw that bad boy on. Perfect. So, keep disrobing. No. Let's just head upstairs instead. Play it a little bit safe here. Okay. Shining Eye is going to be camping the top of that stairwell for the next little bit. That's going to be fun. But that's a problem for future me. Current me is just going to try and roll through the rest of Lair using this fantastic Lagitang. Let's actually do another quick check as to where we're sitting on everything. Deal 4 is now pretty dang castable, so that's pretty solid. Invocation's still training up a wee bit here, so I think we'll keep that on for the time being. How's our Lagitang attack speed? We're down to 0.8 turns per attack, so that should be pretty fantastic. Fancy Quarterstaff, I don't think I'll be better than our Lagitang, but worth checking out at least, of course. I forget how frequently he gifts, but if he gives you destruction cards and your deck is full, the gifts are lost. How many cards fit in a deck? Because that's very good to know. Regen and Vampiric is nice. It is fantastic. Hopefully it can keep us alive. But Faith is more PhD to draw 4 summons. Oh yeah, so it's just spamming those abilities a little bit more which is fantastic. Come get me my Yaki friends. Jeez, yeah, when we hit with that Ledge Tang, just look at the chunks of health that get returned to us. That is truly incredible. Pretty fantastic here. Thanks so much, Cocktail Justice, for the Prime. I really appreciate it. I saw that you followed just earlier in the day before the stream started, so thank you so much for that as well. I hope you're having a great weekend, and it's lovely to see you around. Well, I guess we can use some destruction here. Storm is not exactly ideal. But apparently nobody recognizes where the storm originated from, so we end up being all right here. And let's go with a deal 4 of destruction, just to use some of these up and potentially get some good damage dealt on the Hydra here. So I guess here's where if we question mark... Or maybe I need to do it right as we start the draw. I'll try that out. You've been watching the videos on YouTube? Awesome. I hope you are enjoying the series, of course. But I'm happy. Thank you so much for coming on by this direction to hang out. Always a good time. So, this went downhill very fast. Got one of those max damage hits with low AC rolls, unfortunately. Do I dare? Believing in the heart of the cards, going for some destruction, or should I potentially throw out either summoning or could do our first escape draw? Let's try it out. Smoke is not what you wanted to see. Let's go with the attack next. Vitriol, that's much better. And definitely head upstairs to heal out the last little bit of this poison. Oof, oof, oof. Still can't get past layer 2, but you're loving the game. Fantastic. I'm glad you're having a good time with it. I know it took me a long time before I even got to layer whatsoever. So you're already in a decent spot in my mind. First snail action is not great. Let's do a quick draw 4. We could go with destruction, but I'm tempted to do escape just to make sure. I guess draw 4 is kind of useless. In fact, yeah, Safe, you mentioned that escape is good with draw 3. That makes a certain amount of sense to me, because you're generally just going to want one of them to kind of get the shoe in. Oh, did I just draw 1 destruction by accident? I meant to deal 4. Whoopsie daisies, that could have gone horribly. Well, let's go for a triple draw of escape. And look at those options. So do I want to pick Elixir? Elixir? You know, maybe Elixir is the best option, the third one there. Let's give it a shot, shall we? That is a fantastic heal for sure. So just double check, we do lose 3 cards by doing that, so we can't rely on that too much if we want to keep our deck flowing here. But not the end of the world either. And I definitely would like to see some extra attack power coming into play. So at this point in time, we're starting to struggle a little bit. Also, did I say attack power? In my brain, I meant to say defensive power, because unfortunately these fights are a little bit sketchy. If I can just reduce the amount of damage we're taking on, maybe, just maybe, that vampiricism will carry us to victory. If we exsanguinate, the downside is offset by vampiric. That's true, yeah, we lose natural regeneration when around enemies, but that's not too bad. And in fact, we even get a little bonus to the vampiric brand because we get our vampiric bite as well, so that's kind of nice. Another Hydropal, hey? Let's deal 4 destruction cards. Vitriol is fantastic. Orb is pretty great. Storm is just okay. Why do I feel like we only got 3? Did we get like Storm twice there? Or no, we also got Wild Magic. That makes sense. You know what, let's just draw 1 summoning, and that should get us through the rest of this encounter in one piece. Maybe not quite as assured as I thought it may be. But there we go, all of us together ganging up on the Black Mamba. Just the way the Nemlex intended. Perfect. I might want to stack the escape deck when I have no pressure, so you know what's there. Right, stack 5 is great for preparing in advance. Something I'm also bad at. Planning for the future, I kind of just fly by the seat of my pants, cross my fingers, and hope it all works out. But that sounds great. Let's even do so now while we're in a pretty good spot. Drawn so far, Tomb. Oh, I can draw any 5. Oh, I see how this works now. That is interesting. I think we might keep going with escape here, though, and just get a bunch of them stacked up. Select 2 cards to swap them. So right now we have Tomb in our top slot, so that will completely entomb us, as Ninth mentioned. It's also kind of just like a full heal, so that's nice. Elixir we saw was pretty incredible. Velocity seems like it'd be super useful preemptively in a fight, but not so great on the emergency panic button kind of side of things. You know, I don't hate this sandwich we got going here. At the very least, just knowing what we have coming is going to be a huge advantage, I feel. So I think we will just leave that alone. I'm pretty happy with that. And now we have draw stack. Draw stack. Cool, and that seems really fun as well for getting into a situation where, you know, maybe we see a very scary unique, we can head back upstairs, prep a like custom deck to try and take them down. That's pretty sweet. It's Tevit, so I don't forget. Makes it nice and easy when there's a pattern like that, don't it? Definitely no complaints from me.